Afternoon, happy Friday. Here we are again. I don't know about you, but we've had hailstones and it caused a bit of a problem with my internet, so hence I was a few minutes late. Sorry about that. So, let's continue. Here we are again. And I just have to turn off my mobile sound so we don't get an echo. There's so many things to still learn. It's enough to be painting. So what I want to do is just touch up a little bit on the gateway, which calls to me quite a lot. And if you've been with me, you've watched its progression. There's a little bit of emphasis here and there. I've put the glaze on, which I often talk about and do. So let me switch the camera. Here we are. I just have to transition you so that you can see. Hi everyone. I see you're all tuning in. That's great. Okay. I'm going to use this tiny little brush. I've become very in love with doing eyes, as I've said before. And these eyes are becoming more and more. Hang on a minute. So much. Because of the internet thing, I'm not quite organized enough. 1 second. I've been multiple tasking today. That I have this urge that I need to finish some of the things that I have been working on. Right now, I'm opening up a bottle of Linguine, which I use quite a lot. It helps to spread the colors better. And it doesn't turn yellow over time, like a lot of varnishes might do, or gels. Quite like it. Right, we can begin now. I want to just emphasize a little bit of the edge of the eye. I might put just a few eyelashes. I think I'm close enough to be able to do that to the end. I'm not sure about that. Might come later. Not sure about those eyelashes. So, smudging it. When I'm turning to the side, I think you can see this color palette. It's really building up. You should see some of my shoes, my tennis shoes. They're just covered in colors over the years. I don't know where they are since I've moved. I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow here. When I do this, often I have to let it dry and then go back and put some white in there. Yeah, that's why the eyebrows want eyelashes. I was thinking that maybe today I would start on another color in this series. What's coming very strongly is tuning into the flame of the heart. Because once you open up to the gateway, it requires your heart to touch the higher level of love. And that's one of the focuses that I like to have as an intention in my artwork. So as I've said before, you have to find the harmony of the masculine principle and the feminine principle with the spirit, because both principles have a purpose. And creativity opens up that doorway. At least it does for me. I studied 8 years with an English painter called Cecil Collins, and he painted angels and fools, and he inspired me greatly to touch the clear perception of the purpose of creativity. And it's not only to open up and keep refreshing my contact to that place, but also for the viewer. That was a bit strong, but in a way I quite like it. Yeah, different brush. So this is a dry brush that I'm using right now. Yes, that's what we have to do. Can you see how, probably can't get that close, how the eyes are. Oh yes, I love it. It's like a flowering when you know that it's getting closer and closer. To what it's supposed to be. Oh, love it! What color was on this brush? Let's. What I find most about creativity, and it isn't just drawing something, which is a good beginning, but it enhances your purpose in life. And having joy and fulfillment certainly is very important. But I found that for many years I got sidetracked. I thought that collecting things and, I don't know, getting just distracted into the material world. And I saw this one movie where this American African American mama, wonderful lady, came to the hospital to greet her son, and she said to him, "Please, will you please develop the gift that God gave you?" And it was like suddenly the modeling and the lead role in a film just lost its importance, because all my life I've been being creative. And I have to say that I've become very aware that it's my sole purpose. And your sole purpose can be all kinds of different things. It's a matter of finding it. You'll know when it arrives, because you feel very fulfilled. And I think, in a way, COVID is giving us an opportunity, in a very weird way, to find that. I have to say I quite like this individual that's calling. When you touch that place and you're living it, it's every human heart, I totally believe, is pure. And it's in this historical time we're living in, it's important for us to awaken so that we can be co-creators of the world that we live in. Live in beauty. Create beauty, think beauty. While I was doing this, I don't know if you saw the first one we were doing, which was very moving for me. My whole way of painting seems to deepen out, and I have to go back and work on the face and eyes. Which I thought I would do today, because you saw the beginning of it. You've watched the process of this one. Well, that one needs to be worked on a little bit more with you watching. This painting started off as this being called. Normally the names don't come straight away. And it started off being called the Stellar Gateway, which is the place would always have a voice that calls us, calling us to remember, to touch that place of where the spark of God is within you, cosmic beauty. And for me, she's like representing such gentleness, so that it invokes in my heart a trust. I'm going to turn her around so maybe you can see her a bit better. There's a lot of shadows with all the lights in the room. Okay. Maybe we go up. Yeah. Forgive the shadows and my dexterity. But soon, when she's really finished, they're just little things, I'll put her up on the internet. And I think her name will just be The Call. Now, here is the first one we did. She's bigger than what the other one is. Hang on, let's readjust things. Make room. Just to let you know, there's going to have to be some new gilding, because some of it is flaking off for some reason. But what I want to work on is her skin tone and her eyes a bit more. You can see her. Right. Just mix some colors. Not so easy. Thank you for being patient. Right, that's not working. We'll just, I think I might have to change my brush. Don't want glue in it. My spirit doesn't seem to clean the brushes well enough in between phases, and that's very light. Okay, we need a dry brush. She was looking too blue skin, almost like she wasn't getting enough oxygen to her face. That's why some blue snuck in. Good. There are some paintings that I have half finished that I've started to work on again. It's like a new impulse. The gateway, the coal, really had an effect on me. It's like it opened up something in my creativity. It's like time passed and I've learned something, I'm more open in some ways. Can't define these experiences. I can just create. I am not looking at the comments, but thank you all for being here. I can feel you. If you do have any questions, mark them down and I will look at them afterwards and answer them if possible. It's almost like she's a geisha. I like it. Have you ever seen the movie The Memoirs of the Geisha? They were really special women for holding the respect of beauty. There will be shading put back in, but I wanted to lighten her up a bit more. So don't panic that she might be too white. Does it look like that in the picture? Because as I've said before, I always work with layers of glazes and things. And the light travels through, because a lot of the colors are a tint. If I want it to represent the harmony of what life is, I would use opaque colors in certain places, and then I would have translucent and transparent colors. So with a glaze in between, it like allows the light to travel through. The opaque stops it, which represents the physical plane. And the other, translucent, transparent, take you through that gateway of who you are. And a lot of people, we aren't raised to think about that part. And you might be one of those people that awaken to a more spiritual path. But most people haven't. But that's where our harmony is. And there are many paths to there. Mine is particularly through the art of living and the art of creativity. Some people do it through helping others, mathematicians, scientists. We all have something that our soul is here to create. Right. A little bit better. I'll have to come on, black, come out. It doesn't want to come out of that hole. Okay, I think I got it. I'm going to do a class, a Zoom class, in how to tune in through working with clay and creating your heart impulse. We'll put up the post and link for you to tune in. I did it in a workshop in Hawaii. It was great fun. But to open up to that place within, and you start with little tiny dots. you experience creating an orb, which represents the universe. And little by little, energy starts to come within, and then the external energy comes. And you have to be still, and you're working with it. It's a wonderful exercise. And some people had an interesting experience. But in the end, they were very happy. So keep an eye on my Be Creative page if you're interested in joining. It's a 3-hour class. You will have to get your own little thing of clay. Most art shops sell a little like brick size of clay. That's all you need. And I'll watch you on Zoom, and we'll create the path to the heart through creativity. I think I'm going to have to let this dry before I do anything more. I'm very grateful to all of you coming to this, because it's helping me to stay focused. And a lot of paintings are evolving. Okay. Her eyes are better. What did I just see? Oh, that's what I just saw. Right. I'm going to have to let her rest, let it dry and come back. But I'm feeling better about her. There's still some work to do. And put some new gold leaf in places. Yes, we're getting there. Now the other thing we have a few minutes, that I want to do is start on the next color in the series. And I've got my canvas, and I prepared some colors, as you can see there, because I felt very moved for seeing what comes to be the flame of our hearts with color. And as you know from the other ones, we never know where it's going to go. And, excuse me, probably would be good to have a really big brush. I think I've got one way over there. Oh, that is a hard one. Sometimes my brushes get really unhappy. I haven't quite, I mean, I do wash them, clean them. I have a special soap, but some of them as they get older become really hard. If you guys know a trick about this, maybe you could let me know. Noisy. One of the what would you call it? My spiritual path has taken many different paths, little turnings to develop different parts of who I am to be revealed. And one of them was to think with your heart and feel with your mind. That sure was something for me to get my head around. And what that does as an experience or as a livingness has you in harmony with life's balance, again, of the masculine principle and the feminine principle, that they marry with your spirit. And it's the same. Some people, look at it as got a physical body, and we have emotions, and we have the mental body, and then the soul, and then the higher regions of consciousness. Beyond that. In one of my other lives, we were talking about how to be in guidance within like me. I want you to discover and touch that place that is really you and live that. What can happen, which I don't want to have happen, is that you become dependent on me. For a while it might seem like that, but I don't want you to really get so identified with me that you don't go into that process. And I studied healing and practiced healing with Lily Cornford for many years, and then after she passed on I continued doing it. And the importance of color, and the main thing is everything leads you to who you are. To be, as Kahlil Gibran said, that we learn to develop our column to he said it so beautifully. I couldn't find the book to quote it for you, but basically we are two columns. We're all columns holding up the roof of humanity's future. So what Lily used to do is have us, people that came, patients and things, or even the healers, is that we had to do some symbolic gesture that represents each of us individually standing together. And what I would love you to do is to donate £1 or €1 or a dollar or whatever currency that you work with to my PayPal account. And it's a symbolic gesture of you standing for your own individual growth, and we help each other. So at the end of this session and all the sessions, I'll put my PayPal address there, and if you want to do that, that's great. If not, it's not the time yet. So I think I might look at your messages, because I think this is as far as I can go today on this one. I'll just put the lid on the colors so they don't dry. And who knows what is going to happen over the weekend. I'm going to see. Hi, Yvonne and Lisa. Might be better to go. So it's Meltemi today, is it not? Lisa, Yvonne? Take the messages up. Hi, Nikki and Garnett and Drew. Nice to see you all. And Erica. Good morning, Erica. Yes, Nikki, it will be at the end. I'll put it up, okay? Because it's like a donate. Symbols are really important. And it's hang on, I just want to come face to face. Symbols are really important. And it's like some days you might want to start the day with a particular image or a thought, a saying. And it's like you create your ceremony for the day that will influence the energy of your day. It's really important. And what really is important, if we came to win-win situations between each other, and most of all, it's finding that balance within yourself, that triangle, so that you radiate that, you have a greater insight, perspective on life, and everything that comes to you from that point onwards. I certainly ask myself, okay, what am I learning from this? What do I have to do? What do I have to let go of? What do I have to discover and transform? Or what do I have to integrate? And then once everything switches when you change to your priorities in your life is to focus on that. And I certainly find just playing with colors, when we used to teach in Switzerland for about 5 years, we would go there for 4 days every 5 weeks it was, and I'd have people playing with colors so that you could learn to tune in, not just look at them, but see if you could go into the dimension of it, to develop that eyesight. You could do it with a flower, with a bee. Enjoy all the little things in life. Look for them. I was reading a story about a French philosopher called Teilhard Chardin. Forgive me if I can't pronounce that right. But it was such a sweet story that a friend put up on Instagram today that really moved me. And it was towards the end of his life, and he was lived in New York City, and this young teenager was walking down the street, and he approached her with some comment. I have to re-listen to this, but the main thing was every day, well, actually 3 times a week, I think, they met, and he saw a caterpillar. This is one of the ones that I thought was really incredible, and he got her to go down and look at this caterpillar with its little hairs and the color and its movements and its legs and everything. And I don't know, she knew that it would turn into a butterfly or even a moth. But in this instance, he said, do you know that this is going to turn into a butterfly? And he said that it will have a real thought about what that butterfly is going to be like. And then he looked at her and he said, you know, you're a butterfly in the making. And he said, close your eyes and envisage you as a butterfly. And then he encouraged her to feel like she was flying like a butterfly and bringing all this beauty to the world. And the butterfly was really happy to be a butterfly. And when he was flying up there, you could see all the flowers and the mountains and the rivers, and wherever the butterfly lived, she was part of the harmony of the universe. And every time he met with this young teenager, he took her on a journey like that. So I want to leave that with a thought in your mind about find all the little things and the big things, the beautiful things that are alive, and tune in to that energy. And if you feel like it, get out some colors and feel what that feels like. Put it on the canvas, which is what we've been doing with these different paintings, and seeing what is going to be born. So I think that that's today's lesson. And who knows what's going to happen over the weekend to the flame of the heart. Let me... So, I have to say thank you for coming. And I will give you that link just a minute. And have a really great weekend. And be creative. And find your butterfly.